Hello and welcome to the Daily Grind. Right now we're going to talk about, are you an intermediate to advanced athlete? And some of the metrics to understand that, to test for yourself to see where you fall. And then just a little discussion on the two places, intermediate and advanced. Okay, so if you are an intermediate athlete, you are starting to experience a flat line, a plateau of your strength increases, your conditioning increases, maybe your body composition. You're starting to recognize that there are deeper things that you're going to need to explore to continue to get results and to continue to see changes happen, the changes that you want to happen. And that means things like digging deeper into nutrition, refining your macros, macronutrients, and calories, starting to actually track macronutrients as opposed to only tracking calories, where a beginner can get away with just calories. Now that we're into this intermediate, into an advanced stage, we're really looking at honing in these skills and really pushing for those small changes that start to occur once you're into those levels. An intermediate athlete can expect pretty good success and increases in strength and conditioning over a year time frame, year to year, or just inside of a year, inter-year. Once you get into the advanced stage, you're looking at small increases every single year. Small increases like maybe a 5% increase on your back squat, for instance. So if you are squatting, just for numbers' sake, 200 pounds one year, and then the next year you have trained all year and you've back squatted every single week, and then at the end of next year you hit 205, and you're ecstatic because you worked all year for those 5 pounds. That's more into the advanced side. An intermediate athlete probably has spent a good amount of time by this point exercising, resistance training, doing different modalities, trying different things, and has accumulated time in the gym. A beginner is somebody that's really coming off of no movement at all, or very little, or hasn't followed a plan, or has never really grown up with this stuff. Now you're turned to an intermediate stage. We are assuming that you have experienced the beginner stages. You've experienced the really fast increases in strength and conditioning. You've experienced the body composition changes that happen with introducing resistance training. Maybe you're moving from this like full body experience whenever you go into an exercise session to more specific things. Now you're breaking them down because you can express them more intensely and intently. Some of the metrics that I look for intermediate athletes, intermediate and even into advanced. Now we start to talk about resistance training and actually looking at what your numbers are. So some really simple ones: back squat. Can you body weight back squat for 3 reps? Okay. Deadlift. Can you body weight to 1.25 times your body weight deadlift for 3 reps? And these are unbroken reps. Some more metrics for an intermediate athlete would be the push-up. You can do multiple rounds of multiple reps of push-ups, full push-ups off the knees. That's not like a guaranteed thing that makes you an intermediate. There are plenty of beginners that can do that as well, but that is something that I would just expect out of an intermediate athlete that maybe I don't expect that of a beginner going into it. For an intermediate to advanced athlete, I would expect the forearm plank to be at 90 seconds, if not longer. And at that point, you're now starting to work weighted sets of forearm plank. The same thing with a side plank. So in the beginner section, I don't really talk about the side plank much because they're very challenging, especially for new people. As an intermediate or advanced athlete, you are now regularly practicing the side plank and are getting at least 60 to 90 seconds. And again, are starting to weight that movement to start to increase your strength in that movement. Welcome to the Daily Grind. This is what it's all about. This is why we're here. Now, for the advanced athlete, if you're an advanced athlete, you know in your heart that you are an advanced athlete. You don't need a whole lot of metrics to tell you one way or the other because you know this. You've spent your entire life doing exercise. You probably played sports growing up. You probably continued to play sports or at least exercise, resistance train after being done with sports. You didn't have to play sports in college or anything like that, but you have been training forever. You've got years, you've got tons of experience with all kinds of movements and exercise. Not just back squat and deadlift, but Olympic lifting potentially. Both the intermediate and advanced athlete are running at least a mile unbroken, probably, most likely, multiple miles unbroken. So see, these are some of the metrics and some of the conversations I have with clients on whether or not they are an intermediate or an advanced athlete. And understanding this, again, just gives you awareness. It gives you a feel for what you are capable of, how hard you can push yourself, how far you can push yourself, and what you can likely expect out of a program and the type of results that you'll see. Having that awareness is key when it comes to pushing past that beginner intermediate stage and again that intermediate to advanced stage. That awareness gives you the ability to really hone in your skills, to hone in your energy, right? To hone in your energy on having the awareness of being an intermediate or an intermediate to advanced or a full-blown advanced athlete is really key when it comes to pushing into new limits, pushing past your red line, pushing into new areas of exploration of your body, your capabilities, your body composition, what you expect to get out of exercise, your mindset going into an exercise session. All these things start to change the farther into these programs and the deeper you go into exercise training, resistance training, and just moving your body in space. The conversation's the same as it was with the beginner. The ego is something that can be challenging to overcome, but the first step in doing that is recognizing where you are, being mindful of that and being aware of what level you are at and where you can expect to go from there. As always, guys, train hard, train safe. From the Marks household, we'll see you on the True Coach results board. And if you have any questions on where you fall, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, please send us a message, support@aofitness.pro. Let us know your question and let's dig into it. Bye.